Today we're going to be showing you how to replace the buttons and the spring in a torque converter driven series. You're going to need the following things to do that. You're going to need a pair of good snap ring pliers, a flat file, ball peen hammer or claw hammer will work. We suggest some Loctite to help glue our buttons into the unit when we get to that point. First thing we're going to do is take our snap ring pliers. We're going to remove the snap ring off the top, and then as you see it's got some spring pressure on it. Be sure and hold the cap down, remove the cap, set it to the side. A bad spring is generally warped looking. It's not perfectly round like a new one. That's a definite sign of a bad spring. In this unit here we have a couple of missing buttons in it, which causes our springs to go bad. And what we're going to do is replace these two missing buttons real quick and replace the spring in it. What we do is we like to use Loctite, be either blue or red. We'll take our Loctite and we'll just apply just a little spot to it on both our buttons here that we're missing. Helps glue them in and keeps them from popping back out on us in case your holes are a little oversized. We're going to take our button, set it in the hole with the stem. We're going to set it flush up here against this piece right here. Hold it in place. We're going to take our hammer and just lightly tap it in there just until it sits down flush. Then once we got her flush, we'll go to our next one. Again, making sure we're square. And tap it in. That way we have all 6 of our buttons in here. While we're here, we've got some grease and grime on our hub. We're just simply going to give her just a quick wiping down. Make sure all of our parts are nice and clean. Take our sleeve, slips over the base, and then our outer part of the sheave slips right up and over it. We take our spring. We have a hole down in the base here that lines up with our spring part. Sits inside. You have 3 holes in the cap. Generally the OEM settings in the center, so we're going to line that up. This is now we got to preload the spring before we assemble. To do this, as you can tell here on this stem, we have a flat side, and 2 rounded. I generally line these up to where they are sitting. The round ends are at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. You notice we have the same configuration here on the cap. I'll set the 2 round ends just opposite at 12 and 6. And as you come down, it sort of makes a cross section. Once you start down with it, hold the pulley, keep it from turning on you. You're going to push down and turn counterclockwise until you're on, get onto the stem. Then as you see right here on our cam, we're in the center of the buttons. We need to be behind it. So we're going to turn the pulley to where that'll slip on down. We're going to hold that down. Take our snap ring pliers. Take our snap ring. Get our snap ring back onto the unit. Make sure it's perfectly on. And then we have a reassembled unit. Once you get it on, you should have fairly good spring tension when you try to turn it back and forth, and it ought to just snap back for you. And that's how you rebuild a driven unit for a torque converter.